What's up, coaches? How are y'all doing? First off, let's get this out of the way. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you got the gifts that you wanted. I hope your steaks came out exactly like you wanted it and you had the day off and you didn't have to do anything on the honey-do list. What we're getting into today is Coach Banks. Coach Banks is going to be talking about 4 inside zone RPOs. Now, you know the inside zone is near and dear to my heart, and Coach Banks is the same way. That's why we're here to here. That's why I drove all the way up to Atlanta a couple years ago to do a live clinic with him. Inside this thing, I promise you, yesterday's clinic with the tight ends and with this right here, you can have your entire running game done just like that. So when we get the ball rolling, you'll have everything, and you can get different defenders in conflict. You can get the ball to your playmakers and all that fun stuff. So without talking too much, Damian, welcome. Thank you so much. Big Weebs. I'm glad. Eli, happy Father's Day to you too. All right, guys. Dan, happy Father's Day. I'm glad y'all are here, man. Now, without further ado, let's get into this kick-ass presentation. Let's do it.
Hi guys, welcome to my clinic presentation. My name is Terrence Banks, and I'm going to be talking about 4 versions or 4 types of RPOs that you can run off of inside zone. All right, so here's my contact information. My name is Terrence Banks. I'm currently offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. Listed is my cell phone number, which is 404-606-5481. I run a blog. Currently, the website is highspeedspreadfootball.blogspot.com. I'm the moderator of a Facebook group that talks all things football called the No Huddle Tempo Practice. My email is t.banks@gmail.com, and you can reach me on Twitter at tbanks1906. It's a little bit about my background. I've been coaching now for next year. Will make year 16. I've been a wide receivers coach at Burtmar High School, 7A school, located in Wilburn, Georgia, right outside Metro Atlanta. From there, I went to the Ruth High School for 3 years, where I was the wide receivers coach, passing game coordinator. From there, I moved to Newton High School in Covington, Georgia, where I was the head football coach for 6 years. And most recently, I spent the past year as the head football coach at Tri-Cities High School in East Point, Georgia. When I talk about my background and how we do RPOs, I want you guys to know probably my current 3 biggest influences on what we do. Brett Dillman, who is the offensive coordinator at the University of Kansas. A lot of RPOs and getting better at RPOs were influenced by him. Background in my offense was influenced by Noah Mazzoni, who is currently the offensive coordinator at the University of Arizona. I had a chance to meet Noah probably about 10 years ago. Heard him speak for 6 hours. He made things clear for me, and that's kind of where I went on my offensive journey. Brett Dillman, learning a lot from him, the RPOs, and specifically how to read them, made them flourish. And if you guys know me, heard about me, you know, big on the all-4 system for quarterbacks, passing game planning, and of course that's run by Doug Maddox, who is the offensive coordinator at Union High School in Oklahoma. So those are just parts of my biggest influence. Our base player in our offense, 40% of our offense is inside zone. So we're going to run inside zone, probably triple option action more than anything else. We are real big on the inside zone, so we're going to run it from multiple formations, multiple motions with a bubble screen attached to it, or what we call a key screen. That's the screen to any receiver that we deem necessary. We are heavy RPOs. I don't throw the ball a lot as far as being extensive in the passing game because we do so much RPOs. When I say RPOs, I'm speaking specifically about inside zone. I'm just showing you 4 versions. We probably got about 6. We probably carry about 3 into a year. A lot depends on the receivers I have, the quarterback I got, definitely. And so how we throw those RPOs depends on that. And if you don't get anything else from this presentation, hopefully you find that I'm running an RPO that you can use and implement into your system easily. But if there's a tweak that you want to make or a wholesale change that you want to drop your own, I want you to understand how I made mine better. And that's how we teach it and why we teach it that way. That's the biggest thing I kind of want you guys to take with you. The number one thing that I learned and kind of getting my RPOs better is when we had a conversation with Brett Goodman, and then reading his material, hearing him speak at several clinics, is where the quarterback is protected and who can stop the run. That's the number one thing I teach my quarterbacks on RPOs. Where he's protected and who can stop the run. When we do our RPOs, we have a pre-snap and a post-snap option the majority of the time, unless we have tight end protection. We want our quarterbacks to have that get out of jail free card. The number one thing I want you guys to understand about RPOs is that our passes did not go up by throwing RPO. I actually called less passes, and we ended up with roughly about the same number. But when we call RPOs, the R stands for run. So what do I want my quarterback to do? We call RPOs, we want him to run the ball and less. The pass options are just there to make sure that my linemen don't have 20 guys in the box. I've never been one of those coaches. I'm a math teacher by trade, guys. I got this profession as a math teacher. And I've never been one of those guys who said, well, I'm just going to run power. Okay, we got an 8-man box and do X, Y, and Z. That's not really about philosophy. If you put 7, 8 guys in the box, you know the way that we can hurt you. And for us, the best way to do that was to teach our quarterbacks RPOs. So what does it mean on our pre-snap option? Well, pre-snap equals where the quarterback turns his back to. So when you see the running plays, if our quarterback is going to turn his back that way during the actual run part of the play, that's our pre-snap option. What is he looking for? He's looking for anybody that's added to the box that changes up the range of the play. All right, that's his pre-snap read. Where's his post-snap read? Well, his post-snap side is the side that he opens up to the run. So if the run opens him up to the right, then that's where his post-snap is, because he can easily put his eyes there while executing the run read of the play. So we always have that pre and post snap option on our play, and that's big for what we do. Gap identification. So this is the part that I want you guys to get very familiar with. I'm going to show you some 20P and 10P RPO. So the part I want you guys to get used to is this. So when we talk about our gaps, from out of defenders all the way to D gap on this side from the extra out defender. If we had 2 tight ends in the game, then my quarterback would be reading out of defenders. So what this means to us is this. Looking at our gaps, given our gaps, if we're in a 10 personnel world, RPO, and let's say we put the runner back here to his left. That means that the pre-snap world would be on the right side, okay? If we're running our 10 personnel, what you're going to see is you're going to see us run inside zone this way. And this is going to be the open side. So what does that mean to our quarterback? That means from A to B to C, these gaps are protected as we're running zone scheme. That means for you to throw your pre-snap RPO, there has to be somebody threatening this D gap in now. They have attached themselves to the D gap. They're coming up. They're going to blitz off the edge. You don't have anybody for it. And we can fix it with a pre-snap RPO. If there's nobody in this D gap coming right now, then we go to where our eyes are. So we got somebody in A, and we got somebody blocking C. So our read is in the D gap. If we get somebody who fills the D gap on manipulation, then we go to post-snap RPO. Okay? So guys, likewise, then when we add this H back into it, we're going to show you that. Let's talk about how that looks. So I love playing with the H back because what it does is it takes care of all our gaps from C to C. So we're on the inside zone to the left, and our H back is coming across. So you got A, B, C, A, B, and C. Every gap is protected. So then this is pre-snap. So pre-snap means D gap or alley. But anybody's in that D gap blitz, like if we're in that hole, then we can go to wherever our pre-snap is here. If somebody here throwing post-snap to this D gap, then we can go to our post-snap side. So that's what we do. The very first thing we do when we teach our quarterbacks is teach him what he's protected because that's a large part of what he needs to know in offense. All right, so let's move right along to our first RPO play that I want to spend some time with film on here. And here it is, guys. One of the first RPOs that we put in, I actually got it when I first started to try to run these RPOs. We got it from Neil Brown and the guys at Troy. It was a part of what he used to do called the blur package, to which we borrowed and no one playing the blur package with this RPO. Pre-snap, guys, you see again, pre-snap is this extra receiver on the speed cut. If you got somebody threatening this D gap, because again, we're in the inside zone to the left with the H back coming to kick out, we're protected from C to C. If somebody steps into this D gap pre-snap, we can throw this 5 yard out. Quarterbacks can convert it to a fade, which is a high percentage throw, or a, anything else that you can use here pre-snap. This strong, well, this Sam Backer here is our post-snap read. If he attaches to this play, he beat to the D gap at the very bottom, and we come back and throw this slant. So look at it. If he comes in on this particular drawing, we have the L up. If the strong safety was inside as well, if he did, we would have our second window open. So again, let me show it to you. If the strong safety, you take him and you put the rover here. If the Sam blitz and the rover takes away this window, nobody's in this one, so we would come. If the rover is in the current window, somebody blitzes, then there's nobody in this window. So that's important for us to see. All right, so moving right along into actually watching some film of this play. Like I say, you're going to see early stuff when we first put it in a few years ago and kind of work our way up. And as you can see here, some of this film is going to be real easy for you. I'm going to show you a lot of runs because we want to run the ball. If you do our count right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the box. Nobody is threatening the gap. And this guy is going to have to attach fast right now to the D gap to make us pull the ball. You judge it? So we get man on man, and then we just rock. So that was the origin of our play here. Show it to you again. Again, no need pre-snap. That's press coverage. So he decided to block him. No 5 yard out. The quarterback would have to tell him to do something else. And so we're able to just hand it off, run the ball. And you're going to see a lot of these clips are going to be runs, etc. Here we are. And that was the first game we put it in. So the second game that we run, the same thought process. Quarterback doesn't see anybody in these holes, and we're going to run inside zone. And you see the handoff for 10 yards. So I've got some good clips and bad clips here that we're going to show you. Now, I know some people are going to watch this and you're going to see a double team here. We can have a whole different conversation about how we block inside zone, but we really want mass double teams. What would have to happen here for us is if this guy, what he is, it should have been a push call by number 61 to block him. Yes, they should have blocked him, but they do not if you watch this play. Anybody who's watching. Again, this team pressed a lot to the boundary. They kind of moved this guy up, but guys, he's still in no man's land. He is not attached to the D gap. He's gonna have to blitz all the way up here to make her do anything else. If he does, then we like what we have on the slant, but he doesn't. And so as you can see from all of these clips, we're calling RPOs to help ourselves out because it became our crutch. And you can see same game, you're gonna see all the times that we run this play. It made it easy not to have to drop back and call pass plays because we had our pass options on it. So show it to you again here. Same thing. Now this one our quarterback audible to the fade. Should not have done it. There was really no need to throw it. And I'm showing you early film because we had to redefine how we taught it. And that's why, I'm having the conversation with you about having to teach your quarterback a lot. Now, he told me, of course, that guy was a D gap defender. Well, actually, he's a stand up end. But, it worked for us here. I'm going to show you a clip where it doesn't work. We want to run the ball. So we were successful in this play. But that one on one matchup, we don't necessarily want to stay in. So guys, here we go here against a 3-3 stack team. And so you're getting the 3-man, the linebackers are shifted, this is the punt. So they play several games, but it's still 6-on-6, and you'll see what the quarterback does in this game. This comes from the field, backer drops out, and we throw the ball. He got a big gain on this. You'll see it. First we get to the next play. You'll see he's gonna drop. He's gonna blitz, and then he's gonna drop out. All right. So our quarterback just saw that guy blitz. He didn't really see the dropout, but he saw that punt to blitz. So the next time, because of leverage, he took the 5-yard out, and we're able to get a huge gain. He thought this guy was tucked in tight. You see how far off the corner he is, and so he just took the 5-yard speed out, which is an easy completion to that wide receiver. What we did not get early on running this, and I don't think you're going to see any slant throws because for a long time, nobody gave us that pressure, which was good. The slants in on it, but you still feel like they're getting the pass play call, but we never throw it to them. There's no need to throw double slants unless. What you are going to see is a whole bunch of handoffs on the ball because of the numbers we're getting. Again, still, same 6 guys in the box, getting the same thing here. Nobody's listening, and as you see, and you're seeing the same 2 or 3 teams over and over again because, we made a living calling this play. Since we're doing a good job of taking away the pass, I'm not mad at them. But I'll take 4 or 5 yards every time. Again, same thing. Running back slips here. But they're not doing anything to put the extra hat in the box. They want to make sure that we didn't beat them over top this game, which was fine. So we gave the ball to the running backs early and often. Now, this is a time where I wouldn't mind him throwing the slant. We're on the goal line. He said, Coach, we can push it in. And we didn't. So, this is a time I pause it and we'll look at the actual numbers to it. So if you look at the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys are man for man. He's saying this guy isn't attached to the box. So he isn't attached to the box. There's no need to go pushing out these 2 guys in or out the way. So technically he's attached to me, but we're able to get in there for a touchdown. Same game. 4th down and 1. They blitz here, which is beautiful by them, and they're able to stop us on 4th down and 1. Maybe we lived in this play too much. but the box was where it needed to be. That's just a missed execution on us as far as running the ball. Again, you look at this count, he's got to move the safety down, but he's in no man's land. He can't stop the play. And so we're continuously causing play and we're continuously handing the ball off because there is nothing that can be done here that, is stopping it still. As you see in the picture here, still on the six guys. We're going to continue to hand the ball off all night long. So, yes, an adjustment needs to be made on the inside zone, which we taught but didn't emphasize enough until later on after this game, which was that push call. So, again, doing it now, well, he's off now, but if he felt he was tight enough, he would make a push call. So, on this, I know somebody's going to look at this and say, well, Coach, here is that extra defender. Cool. Is he blitzing to stop the run? The answer is no. So, it's 3rd and 5, hand the ball off. And we talk about the quarterback making the adjustment. As you see, it's 3rd and 5. He makes the adjustment to the fade. And this is why we had to teach him that, hey, we've been okay with running the ball. So the fade is incomplete. You look at the run gap, this guy is technically unblocked, but it's still man on man. He tries to throw the fade on 3rd down. And then ends up out of bounds or incomplete. Not something you want to do. All right. Here he is. We get down to the goal line. This guy's here. All right. It should be a handoff unless he comes. Then it should be double slants. Well, I got to let you know. You see the phase because I give my quarterback ultimate freedom. This was a 2-year starter for us. So a year prior, he didn't throw any interceptions. So I let him do his thing. And on this pre-snap, he calls a slant. It works for a touchdown. As we can say, as we got better at running this, and so I'm showing you all examples. I'd have preferred he hand this ball off or through the double slant from the field. Man, again, as you guys see, same team, same thing. Now, the 5-yard out is good. But he decides to take it because he said, Coach, this is what we had to define. Again, teaching, he says, Coach, no need to throw 5-yard out. When it's 4th and 1, that guy is not putting any pressure on our gap. So even though the 5-yard out is good, we aren't getting any D-gap pressure. And so we let it go. And as you see that time, we got a push call from our lineman. All right, so guys, now we're about to talk about one of our slant RPOs, 10 personnel, and we ran this one specifically from the boundary. So how does this work? Okay, so pre-snap side, it says pre-snap is blitz off the edge. So this Sam comes and blitzes off the edge. Now he's in that D gap, and we throw this key one because we got numbers, right? We're gonna read this wheel backer. So we got 2 for 2. And we're going to read this backwards. If he seals, then we're coming to slant. And guys, this is a loose slant. What we taught this guy was, and we didn't run this last year, we ran this 2 years ago. What we taught this guy was, hey, get open. And we didn't run this year only because we don't live really in a 10 personnel world anymore. I really did move to the school who's aimed at, but it's still a good place for those who want to use it. So we taught this guy, hey, you got double slants coming right here, brother. All right. You gonna beat this guy. That's the only thing. If he's tight, get behind him. If he's off, get in front of him. This guy here would push it to the sideline and come back in because if he kept pushing and roll, we want to be able to hit him in that area. We didn't want to make it a scene on this. We didn't want to make it too fast because of the slant. All right, so let's watch some film on it. All right, here we go. So let's identify right quick who we're reading. This is center makes the count for inside zone to the right. He's going to count who that second backer is. Okay, so this is the second backer. Backer number 1, backer number 2. So this is the guy that we should be reading in our inside zone. Don't know if that happens. Let's watch. He steps up. Quarterback hits the slant for big yard. Yes, nobody asked, but I've been asked this before when giving the presentation. Do my quarterbacks get more pass happy in 10P? I do think so. Supposed to be reading this guy, he does step up, but I really think he saw this guy and got nervous and he threw the slant. And guys, these receivers that you see, 14, 18, these guys, these are sophomores. So when you talk about age, these two are pups. Here, playing one of the best teams in the state, they're a 3-4 team. As you can see here, it's cover four. You see how deep this umbrella is. They are jockeying, showing a lot of position. I would not be mad if he read up and throw the key one right now. He does. He's going to call himself reading this, which should have been Matt Backer. Both of them come and he hits the slant for a big game. So in this 3-4, he's finding out who that second backer is. Okay. The second backer in this would have been this young man right here, the 3-4 lineman. Could have been a push call here. He gets back, they head up, and they're ready to hit it. We stumbled on something in this game that I went away from, didn't call it back, but I will show it to you. I like this game because we get this film. We were able to, they were kind enough to get a copy of the end zone. Um, Here, there are 3-3 stack teams with a 3-3 stack. Both of their opponents are up. Second backer in the box is going to be this guy right here. He steps up and we throw the slant. He steps up, throws the slant. You'll see it here. Good from the end zone copy. Gary Reed is going to step up. 17 didn't touch him. And we're able to throw the slant right behind him. Again, here we're going to get a 4-2-5 team. And cover two, it makes it easy. You're going to read that real linebacker just like he's strong, just like it's shown on the drawing. He got inside him on the slant. We say they make the tackle. Next thing you know, it's a touchdown. So again, we're going to read this backer right here. He steps up, so the quarterback decides to put it. He got inside him. He missed the tackle, and he broke it for a touchdown. Coming back to this team here, they're backed off. We talk about quarterback decision making. He makes the decision here that all of those guys are committed. I don't know if I would have, but he did. But on this one, we call it the play action because before, and I don't know if I have that clip in here, widen it again for you. On one of the clips, this guy screamed up and he killed the slant. So I said, we're going to do something we've never done before. How about we fake it and you watch the slant go? And so now I'm a big believer that you should put in a one receiver play action double move off of RPO for a shot play. As you can see, this guy is under hard, and they were able to hit him for a double move. So again, I want you to watch how aggressive he is when he comes up. Now, so this is one thing that we did early, and this is one of the areas of growth that we had, and I want to show you that we had from working with Brett Dearman and talking to him. This is the post-snap side, correct? Just because you feel like you got grass does not mean you can't go through the read, especially if there's no communication to this guy. If that's what you want to do, which I do not advise it, which you still run the read, he's going to step up. It'll be a ton of grass there anyway. There's no need to do this. Then it has to be some type of communication. When there's no communication, He was waiting on the quarterback to go to his read. Instead, the quarterback's gonna pick it up and he falls underneath. So let's talk about that run blocking. Let's talk about the push calls. I'm glad you saw that, and then that gives us time to have conversation. Like I said, we didn't run this play last year, so but we talk about the improvement here. All right, is the tackle 50 tight should be a push call. So we're gonna push here, and we're gonna push here. I still have these three, so I'm gonna draw that for you because I know talking through it can be hard. Push call means, hey, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna get this guy. I'm here. I need double team, trick him. He's our free guy, right? That is what should happen on this play. So let's see it in action. It does really miss a block. And that's going to bring me to my next point on RPOs that we don't do. And this is a good reason why. All right. So the push call happens. He misses the block. Miscommunication between the quarterback and running back. And the quarterback has to run. What I do want to show you here is this is one reason he didn't do the right thing. Well, he's tapping him on his butt. He's tapping him on his butt, which meant that, hey, don't run the play. I'm going to pull it and throw it. Which, as I told you, we use into the RPOs. We don't do that. I took that off. We don't mesh charge on our inside zone. And because we don't mesh charge or ride the mesh to the front of the line, that gives our quarterback a chance to bow back and get out of a lot of plays. So you'll find that for us that we want to mesh charge the play. All right, here it is, same game. And then we handed the ball off, go back to him. Remember, we talked about this is our read guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's stuck in no man land. We hand the ball off, get big yards. That's what I want to see from the RPOs. Yeah, we throw the ball, you saw some passes, but I prefer it as another avenue to run block. And our running back found the hole. Coming back to it again here. His read linebacker. He's stuck. You miss a block, the quarterback pulls it. He's able to get yards. And that's once again a result of us not widening the mesh on RPO. Quarterbacks are going to take away at point, and then he'll make a decision. So if something goes wrong on RPOs or on inside zone, he doesn't have to pull back to do anything. 64 missed the block because of the push call, and we were able to get it out. All right, here it is again against the stack team. 2-3-3 stack, one high. You see where both the linebackers are. That's our read guy. He looks into the mesh. He goes behind them. He has to hit him right there. And we're unable to come up with the completion. So I'm going to show it to you again. We're not able to come up with it. All right, we go back to it. Now that 3-4 went to a 4-2 look. And we missed a block. Good lead by the quarterback. You're going to see that's his read guy. He's hopping his feet. Anytime that pitter pattern, then that means he can't stop it. You hand the ball off. We just did not get what we want. Here they're trying to get it together. And they do a good job of that. Quarterback had to get used to the pass. It was third down. He missed it. So they're coming in. That's this read guy. He comes up in the six in between these two. Good job. Wall off by number six. And he went away from it. Here we go again here. Same team. We're checking it along. Great read and we hit the slant. This is enough of this play. I'm gonna try to speed it along. I'm not sure how long. I mean, the clip of this I got. I'm sure I got a bunch. As you can see, everything I'm showing you is getting tested. You see how many times you still seeing. I'm still running the clip that's running the same play. Um, all right, so I think here I want to make sure that I'm conscious of the time here and get you guys good results. This is going to be a different RPO. I guess this play didn't come up. I'm sure it's going to show you the manipulation. This is our number one RPO that we run at a period. And like I said, I moved out of 10 personnel, but this is the one I kept because this is the one that's most beneficial to us. And the play diagram will come up in a second. But this is our seam RPO. We have seam fed to the field. That's pre. We try to run the seam field read to the boundary. That's post. The same thing on who we're going to read. All right, so here we go, guys. On the manipulation. So we're still reading this guy in the box. If this guy blitzes, then we've got a seam 5 yard in that's beneficial to us. If this guy stays where he is and he comes up, then we've got a seam and a fin. Now this one could take more time because we're going to be looking to hit the seam, or we got to read this guy for the 5 yard in. So let me show you this here as we go. On this one, looking at this one, I told you about that pitter patter. If he misses the tackle, a pitter patter is always a handoff, and then we get a huge explosive run. Don't score, he gets walked down at the end on this play, but he does get us in range. Again, we're reading this guy, and we're looking at the pitter patter. And he misses the tackle, and we're able to get a huge gain off this play. There it goes right there, the drawing. Again, as I showed you, if you can see, run it to the boundary, it might feel, then we got same thing. Then we'll read this guy. If he walls off this, we got the 5 yard in. If he goes deep with this, we got the 5 yard in. If he stays, then we hit the seam. This is our pre-snap. Do we get field pressure? All right, here we go again, 3-3 stack. Reading that guy. That one should have probably been a pass, but I don't mind it. Like I told you, I want to run the ball. We wanted a one-on-one matchup there. We'll take it. And, this is early on when we first started. We had to teach it better, as you'll see. You'll see we got that. You can't see on this, but that 5 yard in. Been really happy that thing did. And then we're able to get a huge gain. Run again, reading that guy. He steps up. And we hit the 5 yard in, but the seam was a throw. So you talk about early on running it. We hit the 5 yard in, but the seam was actually open. Quarterback had to learn how to read the play. When we first run it, we put all this in as part of our 5 yard, part of our blood package. Back to back to back. Again, we pitter patter. We hand the ball off. running back falls. So as you can see, we hand the ball off. Reading this guy again, same game for us. He steps up, he hit the 5 yard in for a minimal gain before a game. So we had to learn to get better at this, and it was a big play for us. Again, this is the back that we're reading. He steps up, 5 yard in. Should have pushed it a little bit deeper than what he did. All right, here, a version of 3-stack. This should be the read guy. Here, quarterback didn't feel he was stepping up. Fine by that. You see, 2nd and 8, we run the ball, we get 8 yards. Not turning down any yards on the play. Just letting you guys know. So that's what we get. That's what we run here. Hand the ball off inside zone, which really turns into a lot of man blocking, and we're able to get positive yards. End zone copy the read guy. We pitter patter, hands the ball off, and we get downfield for a big game. Again, same game. Now they went to more of a 3-4 look. This is 5-2, and they're really in man coverage. So in this man coverage, because they're playing loose man on 3rd down, if our quarterback goes pre-snap, I'm not mad because technically we got somebody else in the box and we can block. We got a seam in the 5-yard in, which is nothing more than hitch, verticals with hitches on the outside, right? So I'm not mad if he pulls this up. 3rd down, let's see what he does. He decides to hand the ball off. We get all 5 blocked up front. Linebackers get clogged up. We get a big game. So quarterbacks got to get out of jail free pass. And so this is what he went to. As you can see, these guys don't penetrate. Everybody up front gets blocked, 5 and 5, and on 3rd down and 2, we're able to get a big game. So yeah, I think we got the end zone view. Yep, 5 and 5. Running back see the holds up. We're able to get outside and break for a big game. If you see me run, I'm trying to run the playback. Here's some other clips for it because I know we're pushing up against time, but I want you to see like the scene flow. We're gonna read this guy. He hesitates, and then we hit the ball over his head for a touchdown on the pass. So explosive play off them hesitating. Some footage when we ran it this year, because I said this was a big play for us this year. We run it tight version. Able to hit that, even if a high throw, able to hit a 5-yard in on 2nd down for a big game. Here we go here. Hand the ball off because he pitter patter, and we're able to get 4 or 5 yards off this play. And then here, even in the end zone, we got a tight end. So this time we got 7-4-7. I'm gonna read this guy. He steps up, and guess what we do? Hit the seam route in the end zone for a touchdown. I want to get to one more play because the press against time here. I'll just get one more version of this. Okay. Same thing, pitter patter, hand the ball off. We like running to the boundary for that reason, so we cut that play off. If you watch me on Run Show, you heard me talk about zone stick, my favorite RPO. Like this especially. I drew it here against a 4-2-5, works real good against a 3-4. Same 5-yard out for pushing out leverage. Here we put the H back on this side to buy the overhang, and we've got a stick. We grew this year at the school I was at. We had 2 tight ends, so we put 2 tight ends down, which means there is no pre-snap. All right, 2 tight ends means there is no pre-snap. So if you on another note, if you play a 3-4 team, 3-man front team, you have a problem with them, get you a tight end, extra guy, put the guy there. To me, it makes it so much easier. So there's no pre-snap. We only got post-snap read. And now think about it. We got ABC, still has to be a D-gap guy coming in. All right. So show you a couple of clips of this before we get out. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quarterback didn't like it. We were able to hit that 5-yard speed out. On this one, I kind of wish he had a ran the ball. But here it is. We've got 8 guys in there. And we're able to hit that speed out. Multiple versions so you can see the alignment. Supposed to be reading this guy. Nobody shows up in that D gap. He should have handed the ball off, but he threw it. Real good play on that speed out by that guy on it. End zone copy. Who's coming to this D gap? He would have been that guy if anybody came. He actually ends up dropping back. And we weren't very good team, but this play was helpful for us offensively. Here it is. Week before, quarterback reads it right, inside zone. We get a huge gain. 6 in the box. So let me take it back right quick. I want to show it to you here so you can see. All right. So pause it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He would have been the 8th guy, this defender right here. You see him pitter patter. I love when they pitter patter. And we're able to hand his ball off for a big gain. And I will show it to you again in a second with the Xbox version. The Xbox, the H-back version of it. So I'll show you a picture of that. So there you have it, guys. That's my printed presentation here. You got my contact information up front. 4 different versions of Inside Zone. Feel free to ask me any questions you have and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
There you go, coaches. Coach Banks, thank you so much for doing that. That was amazing. Again, I love the RPOs. I love how it puts defenders in conflict, and it lets you, as a game caller, always be right. You always have the chalk last. Now, if you want to get in touch with Coach Banks, here is his Twitter account right here. I'm posting that in chat. He also has a lot of very good courses on CoachTube, and here's the cool thing. You have a coupon code. So if you go to his course page and then you look at what he does, any of the courses that he has, and you use the coupon Build Your Program, you get 70% off. And I would advise you to do that. He has some great stuff. He has some things on the gold line. He has some things about special teams. He has a lot of cool courses out there. Give them a try. And coaches, I will see you tomorrow, because right now I can hear my kids downstairs going nuts. So, hey, it's Father's Day, but so Daddy has to go down there and take care of the children and make sure they go to sleep at night. But we will be back bright and early tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, let's continue to mash the spread, score points, and have fun.